What's up? Hi guys, it's Samaya, and today we have a very special guest. It is my cousin, my best friend, my sister.
Stop,
it's
please. Your girl Liz.
that
I was like, wait, she said the it, so I just say your girl Liz. But yeah, it's your girl Liz. And today
we're going to be giving you some hacks. First thing that you want to do to be able to like save money in class, in college is that you want to make that money, like make it. You want to get that money. Okay, so one of the best things you can do for yourself in life is you've already gotten into the schools, so you've gotten all the activities, all the athletics if you decided to do them, all the things that you did to get into college. Use those same things to go get scholarships. And getting scholarships, that is free money, bruh.
Free.
So you don't have to pay that back. So you want to get as many scholarships as you can, whether they're academic or academic, and then you can also get athletic activity-based scholarships. And sometimes like the scholarships you get, they can either be from the school directly that you're attending, or they can also be athletic based, or they can also be like ones that you just find online. And you can search through Google, because Google the GOAT, how you get through college. Lit. Okay. So so the other thing you want to do is get a job. You're not going to have any money at school if you don't have a job.
Right.
And you can do a couple of different things. So you can go and you can get a job on campus, or you can work the whole summer, and you want to make sure that you're saving up that whole time. And even if you're getting a job to have spending money, you can take that and how much ever you worked for the summer or how much ever you work during the school year, you take that, you cut it in half, and then you have that. And then the last thing is, them online surveys, like, they lit. Like, you can make so much money. Companies will send you stuff, and you can try them. You can go to restaurants, and they'll let you eat their food. You get a free meal, bruh. Like, there's so many different things that you can do with online surveys.
I think another thing with jobs especially is the ones at school I feel like are the best ones, like dining hall ones, because they work around how your schedule is. And I feel like for me, the reason why I haven't gotten a job outside of campus is because they low-key rude. Like I'm gone and they'd be like, well, like you have to work at this time. I'm like, I got a class at that time though, so I can't. And they're just like, well, you're not working here. I'm like,
that's fake.
Okay, okay. But I think, like Samaya was saying, budgeting is so big. Putting money aside for if you want to spend it, and then like groceries, you gotta like fill up, stock up for some food. But I feel like the more you plan and set aside those things, the better off you'll be when you're trying to make that money. So yeah.
Okay. And the other thing, speaking of budgeting, is that you really want to budget and save that money.
Jeez.
So you gotta live within your means. If you know you only get $60 from your parents, or you only made $200 during the summer, you do not want to be going out spending $500 on a Gucci shirt, or you don't want to buy things in excess. Like, make sure if you know you only have $60 for the month to get through the month, then go get your groceries, and then use other things that we'll talk about later to help you save your money during the school year. So one of the things that you can do is know all your expenses. If you know everything that you have to pay for when it, like, since you're in college, you don't have to worry about things like paying the lights and the rent and all that stuff. Like, most of that stuff comes in, and then you also usually have a meal plan as well, depending on like what goes on with your school. But so if you, for the most part, you don't have to pay for food. So then the other things is you just need little snacks, and so you have to know how to know all the things that you have to pay for. So set money aside. So if there's like things that you know you need, make sure you take all that money out and save for that. And then there's the things that you want. Have the things that you want and those things. So you set money aside for homecoming because you know you gotta pay for the concert. You know you gotta pay for your outfit. You know you gotta pay for everything, including the step show if you're at a HBCU, because you know they charge for everything. And I mean everything. So Yeah, so do some of those things, and yeah. So the other thing, DIYs are lit. What's the point of buying something full price when you can make it yourself for cheaper and get the same thing?
And still look cute.
I know. So you want to do things yourself and make it your own. You have your own style. Another thing about doing things yourself is no one else has stuff like you. So you look completely unique and you just look better than everyone else because you did it. And you feel accomplished because you made that. You did that. Yeah. So, yeah, so the last thing is just find budget cuts. So things like DIYs, knowing how to finesse the system. If you know you go to a school and they have that milk in the calf, instead of buying milk every month, take that milk carton, go to the calf, fill that thing up, and then stuff it in your backpack, and then bounce.
Bye-bye.
You probably want to run because they going to be like, what you
They
doing?
going to be on you, yeah.
And someone probably going to be rude and snitch on you. But that's fake. If you a snitch, click off this video.
Right, real talk.
Just kidding. Actually subscribe. So, yeah.
I think for me, another thing is knowing your college, because we go to different colleges, so different colleges give you different things, like as with meal plans, or like paying for your laundry, some money they may give you, they may not give you. So knowing those things will definitely help when you're trying to budget, because you can be like, oh, well, my college gives me money for this, so I can put that money towards this. So I think it's very important to know what you're getting from your college, rather just being like, well, I can use this for this and just see what I have left over. You know what I mean? It still goes into planning. And I think another thing which goes into like the dining halls and finessing that, do you have like where you can take your food out to go?
It depends on the day. So like there's different things. Half the time you can't take food out the calf, but it's like all you can eat, so you can get whatever.
Well, you can either, for like the college I go to, you can either show up and say I'm going to get my food to go, or you can just eat in there and then leave out. But usually what I do, I say I'm going to eat to go, and I get those containers, I fill them up, put them in my backpack, and I eat there still. So like that's another finesse thing. I don't really know if I'm allowed to, but probably not, but I do it anyway. So you just gotta learn how to finesse the system. That should have been a step. Finesse the system.
That's a step. Finesse the system.
Alright.
Okay, so the next thing, you made friends at college. That's what college is for.
Hopefully.
Honestly, like, I wouldn't be surprised if you didn't have friends, because literally my freshman year of high school was literally so sad. I sat by myself alone for 2 weeks.
The fact that you
2 weeks. But yeah, so you know, hopefully you have some friends. If you don't have some friends, just say hey to a random stranger. Just be like, you're gonna be my friend.
No.
Or offer them some Cheetos, like literally.
Or some gum, or like candy, you know.
Give them
something. They want some.
Bro, if like you doing your laundry at school, be like, hey, you wanna use my detergent? Be like, yeah, bitch. What were you trying to accomplish with this? Like, why did you think this was cute?
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Like,
we best friends.
So when you find your friends and you have your friends, use your friends, okay? Yeah. Use them, use each other, help each other. Yeah. Like, you want, like, when you find a friend at school, like, you want to be successful, but it's also an uplifting thing to also build other successful people. Yeah. So getting through college, it's so helpful to, like, use each other. Right. So if you know your friend got a car and you know you got gas money, give your friend some gas money. Y'all can go grocery shopping and then go together. But it also depends on kind of the college you go to, because I know, like, literally at my school, because it's in the middle of nowhere, there's nothing. Like, literally you drive 30 minutes just to find civilization, basically. So, yeah, so if you have a friend that has a car, like, use that, because, like, there's nothing around our campus, so going to the grocery store and having someone who has a car is kind of essential. So kind of knowing that about your school, because I know, like, you have a lot. Using them as student discounts. You a college student, and there's a lot of stores they don't want you to know. They don't want you to know. But because of us,
Yeah.
now you know. Well, if you didn't know,
Now you know.
okay?
If you didn't know, now you know.
Use them discounts to your advantage. Like, go and talk to them and be like, hey, I'm a college student. You know the struggle. I know you've been there. You know, sister out. Her brother.
Right. Right.
I don't assume genders. Okay?
Right.
So, yeah, just go and ask if they have student discounts at restaurants. That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
And then also, like, clothing stores and different things. Like, literally everywhere you go, ask for some discounts.
I do know McDonald's. If y'all don't have the McDonald's app, y'all should really get that because they be giving out like those dollar burgers, those dollar fries, dollar drinks. And I mean, like, McDonald's isn't that bad. Like, we not that bougie where we can't go eat at some McDonald's. I'd be finessing McDonald's too. But I think I forget what the app's called. I have to look into it. I can put it on the screen. But it's an app where if you're in class or literally like in your dorm room, if you lock your phone, you get minutes, and then you can, the more minutes you get, the more points you get, and then it allows you to shop at different stores, go eat at different places, and you can get discounts. So I have to look up to see what it was. I deleted it. Yeah.
For real, bro?
Yeah.
I did not know
They
this.
literally came into our classes the first day. It was
See?
just like, if you put this code in, like, you can do all this, that. I was like, okay. So yeah.
Literally, this is how you use. I did not know that. Now I know that. Use your friends.
Or cousin sisters in this case.
All of the
everything.
above.
I was like, for everything.
The most important thing is that some people don't know this. Don't know why. But do not use your student loans to live off of.
That don't even.
It doesn't, like, people do that. Like, they really do. And they'll take out, like, you know, there's some people who didn't get scholarships because their grades weren't there, because we all been there where you just,
You
wasn't feeling it. You didn't want to go to class, you didn't want to do your work, or even if you went to class, you was probably, you know, taking a little nap. But, okay. So the thing you want to do is try to take out as few student loans as possible, because the thing you want to do is you want to pay attention to the things you're doing. If you only have to take out $2,000, don't take out $6,000 and then expect to get the refund check, because you do get those. So try to take as few out as possible and get more scholarships, because the thing that happens with that refund check that you're getting, it feels nice, and you can probably go out and get you some really nice expensive things. Get you a new car to use. Like, if that's what you gotta do to be able to do what you need to, then do that. But try to avoid that literally as much as possible, because the thing you're not thinking about is that, like, student loans, you still gotta pay those off. And it's not like you just pay the money you take off. Like, you have interest, and interest adds up to a lot. And it can be anything varying from like 3% interest or like 15% interest. Like, interest can add up, and 15's a lot. And, you know, like, banks and the school, they don't care about you. They really don't. They just want your money. They just want your money. So you gotta be able to look out for yourself and focus on the things that you need to get that money, because they trying to get their own.
They trying to finesse you. Real talk.
Just how you trying to finesse the system, they want to finesse the system too, okay? So you got to be cautious and be woke and know all these things that are going around you. And that's a part of just knowing your campus too.
Yeah. I have to agree with like everything. I think the biggest thing, the takeaway is just no loans. Don't mess with them. They will literally hurt you in the end. I mean, like, yeah, sometimes you can't avoid them, but at the same time you really have to set aside, like, sit down and be like, okay.
Well, actually, I disagree with that a little bit, because
I don't use loans.
Well, because they can be helpful. You just have to know how to use them and have that business mindset. Like, student loans can be helpful, but you have to make sure that you're paying attention. Like, avoid them as much as possible. But if you use student loans, the thing you can do is, because you're paying interest and stuff on it, then it's also building your credit too. You just gotta make sure that you're on top of your stuff and you're paying that. So the other thing too is, if you're taking out student loans, then that means you don't need to be slacking, failing no classes because you didn't feel like getting out of bed that day.
That's the biggest thing, because I know a lot of my friends, they've been struggling right now because they've been using student loans, and the money that they thought they were going to be receiving has completely changed for them. So I think relying on them, I think that's what I was coming from, is like, relying on them mainly is kind of hard, because I just feel like it's a big risk. It's a struggle. Yeah. And I mean, like, it also just depends. Like I said, you have to sit down and really just, like, know like how you're gonna use it and everything like that.
Yeah, but usually when you're like in college, you'll probably talk to like a financial advisor or something like that, and they'll run through the whole thing with you. But the thing is, you don't want to depend on student loans, but you can still like use them for different things. And it's important, like, though I did have to take out student loans because, you know, cheer's fake. Well, at least our old cheer coach, and they're fake. And so, like, I love cheer a lot, but the scholarship that I thought I was getting was not what I got. So what I ended up having to do is I had to take out student loans and then add that. But it was an afterthought. It wasn't like I was depending on that to pay all of my tuition, because I think at most I took out $2,000. So instead of having $40,000 to $100,000 worth of student loan debt, that is the average amount of student loan debt, I'll probably have more like $20,000 because most of my tuition's paid for. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope it was very useful and helpful for you guys, whether you're going into college or you're in college now. So remember to like and subscribe this video, and then go subscribe to It's Your Girl Liz's channel because she's great.
Thank you. She's so great. Thank you.
Okay, so bye guys.
See ya.